Streets and Scholars. Thanks for tapping in with Alex Alonso and FG, aka Frank Thornton, for another episode of we're bringing you another banger. But man, I can barely talk because it's so hot today, man. We're in the middle of probably the hottest heat wave of the year. What you say about that?
100%, no doubt, man. I'll say that we couldn't help but this episode to be fire because it's 100 degrees out there. Shit.
Yeah, it's literally 100 degrees out there, man. I think we've been averaging like in high 90s, low 100s for almost a week?
No doubt, man. And like I say, for LA, man, this close to the water, it's kind of rare that this many days in a row, man, we getting this kind of heat.
And what I found interesting is that it's hotter in this part of LA than it is even in the parts that are normally hotter than LA.
Yeah. Why you think that?
I don't know. I was just telling my son the other day, I said, it's so hot that it don't even matter LA or the Valley or the Inland Empire. The heat is just because usually LA is always cooler.
Right.
But LA was actually hotter by some degrees.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever witnessed that where it's actually hotter here and cooler
elsewhere.
Yeah.
No, I saw the same thing, man. I was like, damn.
So yeah, man, we definitely bringing a fire episode this week, Streets and Scholars. I was looking up Cain Velasquez, man. He just turned 40 years old. And he's still sitting in jail with no bail. And it's just a trip, man, on a pedophilia. Well, his is not a pedophilia case.
It's for shooting at a pedophilia.
An alleged pedophilia.
Yeah.
Who happens to be free.
No doubt. Chilling while this man in jail, yeah.
Yeah, he's free, and my man is in jail. He just turned 40 in July last month. Well, actually a month and a half ago. He was born 1982. I was just trying to look up if there was any update on his case. He did plead guilty he pled not guilty in August, but so far, no update on him.
No update on no new bail hearing or nothing like that?
Nah, man. So hopefully he'll get a bail hearing. Just like I believe he will get a bail. Because it's all right to get a bail.
Nah, no doubt, man. Especially like you say, he don't have a murder or nothing.
Nah.
And so hopefully they figure it out, let him get out so he can fight his case properly.
And even when you caught your case, I think you was talking on another previous episode of Streets and Scholars. They gave you a bail, or they were about to give you a bail, but then the FBI came in there, or the U.S. attorney came in there and said, nah, you should reconsider bail for Mr. Thornton, right?
No doubt. The FBI came, the agents came, and they came in there, and the U.S. attorney had already agreed to give me one. And because like Frank said, man, ain't no reason us for going there if she not going to agree to do it. We ain't going to waste everybody's time. She agreed to do it. We went in there, man, the feds came in there, and they shut that thing down.
That's crazy because you had every right to bail, but for whatever reason, I guess the courts can find, extenuating circumstances to say, hey, we feel this guy's one of two things or both, a danger to the community and a flight risk.
No doubt. And when I go back and look at it, though, Alex, sometimes I'll be like, damn, maybe it wasn't in my best interest to get a bail at that moment. You fresh in, you hot, somebody that told on you. You might go do some stupid shit. You know what I mean? So, it might have worked out for me.
Oh, yeah, man. It's crazy sometimes how we sometimes say that being in jail for whatever period of time was probably the best thing for me,
crazy,
right?
But shit, sometimes it's true.
Hey, man, I could say for me, man, being in jail is never the best thing for me, But, yeah, it was so fresh at that time. Ain't no telling where your mentality would have took it on the street level at that time in 2004.
No doubt. And even you watching how, even over there in some of them cases over there in Atlanta, where these guys are actually getting caught after they're in jail, trying to make some plays or make some things happen, and the charges are piling up. You know what I mean? We think we slick, we think we know it all, we think we know a cool way to do it, but these people out here, man, and also these detectives and agents been doing this shit a long time, man. So we might not be as slick as we think,
Yeah, man, that's real interesting though, because I'm sure, I know you during more peaceful times, but I could actually put myself in the state of mind that you would have been in 2004, and it was on and cracking. It was on site if something was to go down.
Oh, no motherfucking doubt, man. immediately. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the word I'm gonna use, immediately. Homie, wasn't wasting no time. And sometimes, like you say, when we get older, we start thinking a little better. We start getting a little wiser, and we start seeing how these laws work. You know, a lot of people are naive to how the laws work, so that's why they doing some of the shit they doing. But when they know what I know or seen what I seen, I believe a lot of people slow that ass down a little bit.
But I also think that even though you turned up in 2004, you get a bail, you go home, you got your wife and kids. Your wife is probably on you saying, look, baby, I know you mad than a motherfucker right now, but this is an opportunity to fight this case, leave all that other shit alone, and focus.
Well, you got to realize my wife wasn't the same person she is now.
Okay.
And I wasn't either. So you wouldn't have been able to tell me a motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I might have would have sit back but I definitely would have been having some meetings around this motherfucker. Somebody go, you know what I mean? It would have just been a shitty situation that, but they're absolutely right, man. It would have been hard to lay down on that kind of shit.
Well, I feel Cain Velasquez is not a flight risk at all. He ain't going nowhere. He's a celebrity.
Right.
So there's nowhere he can go, and the judges and the courts could always take someone's passport to prevent them from going places they're not supposed to go. So the other thing is, like the judge said, he's a risk to everybody, a danger to everybody in Santa Clara County, which I don't believe at all.
I don't believe that at all.
So sometimes I feel like it's a form of punishment. We're gonna keep you in here, even though you're not guilty yet. You haven't been completely found guilty. We're going to punish you even though you're not a flight risk and you're not a danger to the community.
No doubt. And it's crazy how somebody else can have the same circumstances and they'll be out right now, And that goes to say, the different judges' opinions, the different judges' feelings on different situations. I've been in courtrooms where I had judges tell me, I hate gang members. You know what I mean? Or I don't have a problem with gang members. I have a problem with gang members with guns. You know what I mean? So you have some of these judges that have, pet peeves about certain things. He may have ran into a judge that had a pet peeve of him about handling his business in the street, and he want to make an example out of it.
Thanks for checking out this short clip of the Streets and Scholars podcast with Alex, Alonso, and FG. If you want to check out the entire episode, visit your favorite podcast platform. We could be found on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, and iHeart. Just tap in on your cell phone, tablet, computer, or your favorite device and guaranteed to get at least an hour of this fire content. And thanks for checking out another episode of Streets and Scholars.